first one, Buhari nowhere to be found in Japan. IPOB media team. Buhari nowhere to be found in Japan. So when we go into details, we will understand and we will look at, you know, we have video clips, video footage made by our people. It's on social media, and even the ones we are supposed to display here, we couldn't because of our equipment. That's why we ask you to support us, so we can give you full details of what is going on. Okay, the next one. Nnamdi Kanu reacts to alleged photos of Buhari at Tokyo on Facebook page. Nnamdi Kanu reacts to alleged photos of Buhari at Tokyo. You know, Channels Television has really proven to, you know, they've proven to be, you know, not competent to be in the media, you know, to be a world media or even a country's media. They have proven not competent. You know, they need to go into oblivion because they have sold lots of lies to deceive a lot of people. It's time we accept Kanu controls the East, home and abroad. Coming from Fani Kayode, it's time we accept Kanu controls the East, home and abroad. Coming from Southern Delhi's Femi Fani Kayode. The next one here, Nnamdi Kanu, British High Commission and AGF dragged to court by Mr. Donald Okonkwo, Daily Post. You know, anyone who wants to be relevant or who wants to be known will definitely come and talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We make people popular. Okay, so this Mr. Donald Okonkwo, I've never heard of that name before. So coming to, you know, say Nnamdi Kanu and British High Commission, you know, should be arrested. It's, you know, it's really laughable. It is. The next one, 23 Nigerians of Hausa, Fulani and Yoruba ethnic nationalities executed in Saudi Arabia for various crimes ranging from drug trafficking to frauds. That is coming from Vanguard newspapers. We have another one. Police attack 98-year-old Anambra woman with AK-47. The same police that couldn't protect the police station, he has harassed and attacked a 98-year-old woman in Anambra. And the last one here, enough of mindless killings in Enugu, coming from Nnamani. Nnamani is an ex-governor in Enugu State. Enough of mindless killings in Enugu. So these are the headlines we'll be discussing this morning. The first one, Buhari nowhere to be found in Japan. Okay, you will be calling us 60 minutes after now. You call us and air your opinion. So the numbers to call, our WhatsApp number is 0905 6608 583. Our WhatsApp line once again 0905 6608 583. Then our phone line 0702 0353706. Our phone line once again 0702 0353706. Call us and make your opinion known. Let's hear from you. What do you think about the topics we are discussing this morning? All right, so far, Mazi Oge, let's look at Buhari nowhere to be found in Japan. We all know what has been going on. Can you please tell us what actually is going on in Japan? We've had a series of reports that the man in Nasser Rock, that's Jubril Amini al-Sudani, of course, we've had a series of reports that he is in Japan. But up until now, he's not been spotted. He's not been seen. What's your take? What do you think?
Yeah, thank you very much for this wonderful one. Jubril from Sudan, the impersonator, or perhaps the person who is imposing himself, operating as a Buhari, who died a long time ago in 2017, ought to be in Japan for this wonderful economic summit that so many African countries are supposed to attend, and they are also showing up, and we see how things are being done. But this time around, because the indigenous people of Biafra are out there to make a change, to take the bull by the horn, having got the order from the leader of IPOB worldwide, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that anywhere that this impostor is sighted, in Japan, he should be arrested, handed over to the police, and the DNA test will be conducted for his true identity to be ascertained, made known to the wide world. They decide to do what? To play the game they know how to play best, of hide and seek. They decide to play the game of hide and seek. Buhari left Nigeria, or perhaps Jubril, the imposter, and Adesina, alongside some other persons that were listed, left Nigeria with hope that they will arrive the Tokyo International Airport 2 days ago. And quite unfortunate, nobody saw them anywhere in Japan. But after they left Abuja to Japan, Femi Adesina began to post the Photoshop videos and photos to the online, which the Nigerian media that were also there began to do what? To spread around the internet that Buhari, or perhaps Jubril al-Sudani, and his entourage has really arrived Japan, which all those things were totally fake, because they knew each time, or perhaps if they had gone to Japan as initially planned, the indigenous people of Biafra in Japan by now would have arrested Jubril and handed him over to what? To the police for DNA tests. Because we saw videos of our people released, even when they went to the residence of the Nigerian ambassador in Japan. He was nowhere to be found. The members of IPOB in Japan and the Japanese police, they were there knocking, but nobody opened for them. Everywhere was locked down. And on the other hand, our leader have proved it, an intelligent unit. They have proved to the world, say, this is the flight log of Buhari since he left Abuja International Airport, that he didn't go direct to Turkey. With evidence, everybody was seeing it, and it is still online even now. That look at where the man stopped, that he didn't fly direct to where? To Turkey. Rather, he stopped at Oman. And thereafter, they sat one place, hired Chinese experts in photoshopping to help them, because they know that this is a critical moment and they must do everything humanly possible to win this battle, which automatically they have failed. Who helped them edit the pictures that they have brought from somewhere, post it on the line? The Nigerian mainstream media, which know how to do the game very well, began to spread the lie. And so many people are beginning to accept it. So many Nigerians began to accept it, that yes, Buhari went to Turkey. All those things is all fake, because our people were there waiting for him to arrive where he's supposed to live. Anybody that know how aeroplane flies, it is not something that maybe stop on the air. It doesn't have a bus stop like vehicles and motor. It fly direct to the targeted airport. So this time around, Buhari is supposed to land at Japanese International Airport, leaving Abuja, but he left, having got the order of the indigenous people of Biafra leader, Nnamdi Kanu. They had to do what? To branch to somewhere else, which is Oman, stopping over there to re-strategize on how to go about, because they knew if they had fly direct to Japanese International Airport, by now the case would have been different, and all the lie they have been trying to cover up for years would have so far been exposed. Because if we had arrested him, hand him over to the police, by now the DNA would have been conducted. At least even if you are waiting for a result, we will know that yes, you are waiting for a result. And in a few days' time, we'll get the result, because I know the equipment, the medical equipment are there to make sure that everything is well carried out. Just like our people said, we went with our doctor. This one is not even the matter of let's do it tomorrow or next. There and there, it would have been conducted. So for them to go away from this, they have to re-strategize. Go to one hotel, hire people, do some video, then get a Photoshop expert editor to work on it, fill it with, begin to float it online, and many people begin to believe it that Buhari had gone to Japan, but he didn't go anywhere. Okay, watching the video that was released late last night, you see that the international airport in Japan that Buhari was, or they thought that Buhari landed, considering where he landed, where they smuggled him to, was never anywhere. It does not have any similarity with the Japanese international airport.
Where other presidents
landed. Yes, at least the South African president. We watched how he was welcomed on a day broad light. Everybody was seeing it. You watched it. You were happy. He was welcomed as a president, as a head of state. But this time around, Buhari on his own side upheld Jubril, the impostor, because everybody understands that this man is dead and gone. So why wasting our time and according, respect to a nobody, a tout in the street that was just picked for contract purposes? So they bother not because they don't. Nobody knew when the man arrived, because even the government was aware that the indigenous people of Biafra are waiting. Everybody was watching. The whole world was waiting to see what will happen. So even the police in Japan, they were, escorting our people, looking for this Jubril, our Sudanese, but he was nowhere to be found. Live video was made when they went to the residence of the Nigerian ambassador in Turkey. They were there, hundreds of police from Japan and hundreds of our people were there. They were knocking. Nobody opened for them. But the place is, it's a transparent place. Even somebody who is inside can see everything going on. But they couldn't open because Jubril was not there. How can a president of a country will arrive? Maybe people from your country will come to say, we want to welcome you, and you will not even give them the chance to, to come and see you. Is it done anywhere in the world? Certainly no. So Buhari, they might have, landed him in one place like that, because the international airport in Japan that the other head of states and other presidents of the world land for this summit was not where Buhari landed, because it's a totally different place. When I was just watching the airport, the view and everything, you saw that apart from the fact that it was very late night and smuggling stuff, but everything was made wide known to the people. It was like an abandoned airport where the plane managed to land for them to take him to where they want to do perfect their lives. So Buhari, as at the time that this was going on, Buhari was nowhere to be found in Japan. Nnamdi Kanu is right. Our intelligence unit, they are right. And they have proved everything beyond reasonable doubt. They have shown it to the world, starting from the time that Buhari left Abuja, or perhaps Jubril left Abuja. We know where he stopped last, and we know what came about all these things. And don't forget that these people hired experts. They hired Chinese experts. Our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, earlier briefed the world, told us that, look at the game plan of these people. They have hired experts, the Chinese experts, and if you watch the video, you will notice that, yes, they are working hard, but then the person who is in charge of this work is making some mistakes somewhere, because there is no how you will cover up the whole lie. People that have sense, they can still dictate where you made a mistake, and then they know that this one is a work of forgery. So our people are very, very intelligent as long as this matter is concerned. And we are telling you categorically that Buhari is nowhere to be found. Buhari is dead and gone. They impose to Jubril. They know the game they are playing, even now in Japan. And they have the money. They can buy anybody. And that is still the reason why we are still finding it all this hard, all this while. Everybody knows that this man is dead. That this man who is just walking around is Jubril, al-Sudani, that was imported, hired for contract purposes. And this time around, we have decided to take the bull by the horn. That is why we are not letting this matter die just like that. Anywhere we see Buhari, or perhaps Jubril, the impostor, anywhere that we can grab him, we will grab him. Like I said before, if we couldn't get him in Japan, the battle line has been drawn. Anywhere we get him, we will arrest him and make sure that the DNA test is being conducted, because this man is not the real Buhari that everybody knew. Buhari has died. That is what people should know. That is what trigger all those things. They know the game plan they are playing. They know how to play the game very well. They have the money, they have the resources. They can buy anybody. They have bought so many experts from the world. Okay,
so what do you have to say about those pictures? We saw pictures displayed by Channels Television.
Yeah.
We also saw those ones displayed by Femi Adesina. So what do you have to say about that? Because our leader said something here about those pictures. I will have to read according to him. The grand deception has begun. Jubril still missing in Japan over 24 hours after departure from Nigeria. As with previous photoshopped visit of the imposter Jubril al-Sudani on behalf of the dead Muhammad Buhari, the much publicized presidential visit to Japan has kicked off with another round of deceit, well-crafted lies and Photoshop. We must recall the special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, issued a statement a few days ago regarding this visit. In that statement, he said, and I quote, President Buhari will be accompanied by governors Babagana Zulum, Abdurrahman Abdul Razak, and Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Borno, Kwara and Lagos states, respectively, ministers and other top government officials. Yesterday, Femi Adesina went ahead and published photographs alleged taken inside the presidential jet, as those mentioned above sat with Buhari Jubril on their way to Tokyo. We have the pictures. More than 24 hours after the widely reported departure of Jubril Buhari presidential jet from Abuja and without any confirmed landing at Tokyo airport or elsewhere in Japan, where IPOB had camped, waiting to receive him. Shockingly, another set of pictures have emerged from Asoro claiming to be pictures of Jubril Buhari being welcomed by a group of Japanese. This time, Governor Otom makes a mysterious entry as part of the outrage. The second picture, incredible, which country on this earth welcomes a head of state with a banner? Governor Otom, that wasn't mentioned as part of the original entourage, has miraculously appeared in Japan, seated to the left of the foreign minister, Godfrey Onyama. The world can now see how fraudulent politicians have been deceiving gullible Nigerians with their photoshopped pictures over the years. The public should not be deceived. Jubril Buhari is not in Japan, and if he is in hiding. He should come out to address the people or make known his presence. Note, there is no video coverage of him being welcomed to Japan as protocol demands, but out of the blue pictures have emerged of a 45-year-old man claiming to be Buhari, all smiling in an undisclosed location somewhere they claim is Japan. Where is NTA News? Nigeria is a country founded on lies and will die by lies. Asarok should stop hiding Jubril Buhari. They should bravely announce or disclose where he is staying at every genuine head of state would. They should proudly tell us where their Sudanese president is hiding, that we may give him proper IPOB welcome. Okay, so what do you think about those pictures? What do you have to say? What does it speak of Nigeria to the international community? You know, we saw the picture where he was going with the governors mentioned already and other ministers. Then when he got there, we now saw Governor Otom with him. The same governor we know that has not been in good time with the president over the killings in Benue State. So how did he miraculously or magically, you know, got himself in Japan with the president?
Anyway, that is just to tell you how serious these people are. And like I said, our leader have said it, they have hired experts as long as this case is concerned. Though they didn't plan this initially, but on a long run, they discover that there is nothing that they can do again other than to get so many hands on deck. Initially, this matter has been on, and they stated people that will be going with the so-called Mr. President to this summit. And all of a sudden,
and there are pictures why they
were going out, you know, on the plane was sent, circulated, and all of a sudden, someone else who have never had any plan going with them, a state governor who have so many responsibilities, that at least if you wanted to have gone with him for such an important issue, at least you would have given him some days notification. All of a sudden appeared, because they have looked for video to use for this work. They didn't get any, but the one they could use, the one that is very, very close to them, is this one which Governor Otom was there. So they have to go and hijack it from somewhere else, concoct it, irrespective of what will be the damage, irrespective of what people will say. That is not what they care. That is none of their business. All they want is just to make sure that the ministry is moving. And so many Nigerians, very gullible and very, very senseless, who cannot even reason at all, are buying this. Because they have seen it from channel television, they have seen it from the NTA and some other mainstream media, who have no choice, who cannot do anything to help themselves other than to do what? To queue into the line of protecting this lie coming from the pit of hell in Asurok. So the world should understand that Nigeria is a sham. Nigeria is in the bedrock of lies. Nigeria is formed under lies, and they are still protecting it with lies. They are not minding what it will cost them. Whatever it is that they will spend to make sure that they keep these lies moving, they continue doing it. The other presidents and head of states that came for this same program, we all watched, even from the landing, even from the air, their plane are being, you know, brought to the camera till it will land, and the president or perhaps the head of the state will come out from the plane. But this time around, they decided to do cut and join video for us that nobody even know the airport that he landed, claiming that he landed in international airport in Japan, which exactly was not where he landed, because the international airport in Japan, which they claim that he landed, is far better than, you know, any other. I don't know the airport I would compare with it in Africa. Very good, one of the best in the whole world. But where they landed him, we saw on the picture, looks like maybe an abandoned airport in the 80s.
Yeah, it was looking very old and happy.
Very old and tattered.
Yeah.
So that is just to tell you how far these people can go. Not minding that they are dealing with people who can reason very fast. If you make anything come out on the public domain, in a minute, we have read meaning into it, we have analyzed it with the aim to educate our people. And that is exactly what we are doing here. Because we are working with the people whose brain are damaged, whose brain has been infected. It needs serious formatting. I don't know the kind of maybe operating system we use to format their system, their brain, because the brain of Nigerians has been so much corrupted. We need to format it before it will start working well, and that is why this work seems very, very tough on IPOB. We understand this very well, and we're not giving up. So the whole world know all these things, but like they have always said, that this matter, you are the only people that can do something about it. We know, but we cannot fight our battle for you. Everybody have their own headache. Everybody have their own issue in their own respective countries of the world, and you cannot allow you cannot expect the person that do not own a corpse to come and carry it from the head. It is you that own the corpse that carry it from the head. And they have been waiting and watching Nigerians, the people who are directly affected, to do something about this matter. And that is exactly the bold step that IPOB had decided to take. You know, staying out there to welcome this man, to do the needful. Wherever we saw him, we give him a welcome, a good IPOB welcome, so that the whole world will see what we have been talking about all this while. But they decided to play the game the other way around, not knowing that the world is watching, not knowing that the world are, you know, have got the knowledge of what is happening. But because Nigeria is a sovereign state, Nigeria is a state of its own, they cannot just jump into the matter of Nigeria just like that. They have been watching what has been going on. You know, how we've been presenting the evidence to them that this man that was smuggled into Japan from one place, from a backyard like that, is not the real Nigerian president. They all know this thing. But what are the Nigerians doing about it? That is exactly what they want to know. This time around, take the bull by the horn. Then we will do the needful. If he was not hiding, if they are not cooking all this junk, concocting all manner of stories, feeding the public with that Buhari has done this, Jubril has done this, you understand? If he had come straight like other states, other head of state and president came in the summit in Japan, by now we would have arrested him and the case would have changed. And we are still waiting to meet him at a good point. We have not given up on the case. They can do whatever thing they can do. They can bundle Jubril, package him, because Jubril is like an egg. If they don't package it very well, if they don't guide it very well, once it breaks, it has broken. Okay. So we are still following them. We have not given up.
All right.
And we believe that we will get him arrested.
All right, thank you so much. Let's look at the next one here. Okay, Mazi Elvis is with us already. Hello, Mazi. Good morning from here.
Yeah, good morning, Wadangozi. And Mazi, okay, Friday.
Good morning, Mazi Elvis.
And their friends listening. I'm saying a very good morning to all of you. And I say thank you for welcoming me to this edition. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, we know we've been trying to reach you, but the network here is really terrible. And then it's good you're with us right now. So let's quickly look at, we just finished talking about Jubril and the Japan saga. There are reports that Jubril is in Japan, but we are yet to see him. IPOB family have searched everywhere, even with the help of the Japanese police. So what do you think? What do you have to say? How do you see this going on? And what do you think the world will say, or the world will think about Nigeria and her president?
My sister, I don't have anything to be bothered about the people that are shameless. You know, I don't see the reason why goats, dog will be eating deficit, and a goat will be developing toothache, because our own is to get him arrested. How the Nigerians and the world feel is not our business, because we know that Nigerians, this government has no shame. So if you are chasing a madman naked on the street, and you believe that some people will see you as someone that has his insanity correctly, you are hesitating, because people will begin to see both of you as two mad men running on the street, because that is how they will narrate it. So, like as the thing is going right now, you'll find out that the Jubril himself and their cohorts are nowhere to be found. More especially, the lady that called herself, I don't know, she Biri or something, that she called herself, ranting and panting words, and nobody has been able to respond to him. To her, and she has been vibrating like hot water that wants to deal with someone. So, and I want to tell that the time to pant words have not yet come. Now we are into searching. We are searching for Jubril, and our men are still on ground. Do you know that since 3 days now, most of our men none of them has gone back home.
Yeah.
They are waiting and searching and strategizing, using all manner of techniques to make sure that Jubril his presence in Japan is notified. But for you to know right now, Jubril is not in Japan. Jubril and their cohort is not in Japan. Jubril went to another country. This is not the very first time that Jubril has been doing it. Last time they have G8 or G7 in France. Jubril left them and went to only God knows this very country, and went there to be having some chat with Nigerians over there. And this time around, they have another G security summit again, and the African development something. He left it and went to another place. Why will you be visiting a president that is not on seat? You want to come to my house as the owner of the house, and you are aware that I'm not around. You insisted that you will be coming. Do you want to come and rape my wife or kidnap my children? What are your intentions? Which means you are a criminal. There was something you did as a president that made you not to kind of show face in the presence of other presidency. Since this man has been declared Jubril from El Sudan, he doesn't want to appear in the World Summit because the world are watching to expose him. That is why our men said that when we get him, we get him arrested, we hand him over to police. Before then, we conduct a test, DNA test over him, and that has been the issue that made him to be running from one country to another. And all these stupid harlots, demonized idiots that the Abakiele has been using to suck our brothers and our mothers' blood, comprises with the governors of the southeast, that they don't want to see the truth. Not that they don't know the truth, but let me just tell them, we are coming. Just like the information that reached us yesterday that David Umahi is going to America for only God knows the summit on 29. That is tomorrow. That is tomorrow. And we've gotten the information that those of them that gathered, those of them that kind of invited him, they said no something. Their names and their phone numbers at the event of this very program, I will mention it. Their names and their phone numbers are on air, and we'll be calling them since yesterday. For them not to use their head to carry another man's problem, it's better they desist themselves and cancel that very program. So we must continue. You will see that when you are moving ahead, some of them that call themselves your brother, most especially they call themselves Igbo, they will be the one to try to do some certain cacophonies. But anyway, that's not our business. Our business is to restore Biafra, and we must get Jubril, whether he's in the pot of soup in Japan or whatever. This one doesn't end from using Chinese to represent you, and the airport where he landed has all these bungalows that is not in Japan. There are no such buildings in Japan, and he thought that he will kind of deceive our people. Let me just tell you, it's only an animal. Even some animal have sense, but we Biafrans, we are 7 steps ahead of them. So thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Let's look at the next one here. It's time we accept Kanu controls the East, home and abroad. The former aviation minister under Goodluck Jonathan, Chief Femi Fani-Kayode, has once again charged the people of Eastern Nigeria to accept the fact that Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, is completely in charge of the territory. Chief Fani-Kayode said this while reacting to IPOB protests in Japan. In a statement received by Southern Delhi's on Monday, they marveled at the level of obedience and loyalty accorded the IPOB leader by the people. According to him, whenever Nnamdi Kanu gives a command, be it home or abroad, it is obeyed to the letter. He therefore warned that someone with such command could not be regarded as being irrelevant or ignored. He said, see statement below. He orders his men to protest in Japan, and they do. He orders his men to protest in Nuremberg, and they do. He orders his men to boycott elections, and they do. He orders his men to shut down the East, and they do. Does anyone still think Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not relevant? Okay, I think he's actually passing this message to a particular set of people.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You know, people like the Southeast governors, the elite, and some of the so-called intellectuals who feel that Nnamdi Kanu is a small boy, he's a tad, he cannot do anything. You know, and those of them who are in Aso Rock, those of them who are piloting the affair of Nigeria, he's just trying to tell them that this man you think he's a small boy, this man you think he's nobody, he's actually the man in charge. One way Hannah Sinamado be in charge. Nnamdi Kanu is in charge of whatever that is happening, not just in Biafra land, but in the whole of the zoo called Nigeria. Because if Nnamdi Kanu gives an order that we should go and bundle Buhari from even when he returned from Japan or wherever he might have been now, if you go to that Aso Rock, Jubril, I mean, if he gives an order that IPOB should go and arrest him right there in Aso Rock, despite the security that may be there, definitely we will go there and arrest him. It has happened several times. We went there and challenged him in his law court, and Nnamdi Kanu promised that he would come to court with more than 2 million Nigerians in Abuja, and they could not allow that to come to pass. They went and raided his home, killing so many people. That is just to tell you how far that Nigeria can go. So Nnamdi Kanu is the man who is in charge, despite what anybody is saying. Remember when he came out from prison, when the protest was going on, when the evangelism was going on, we see millions of Biafrans coming out to join the streets protest, coming out to join his order. Sometimes just few hours to the daybreak, you will get a text message, all road leads to Afara, or all road leads to a place like this, and you will see millions of people going there. And some people, sometimes, many times, Nnamdi Kanu, he doesn't even announce his arrival or his visit to a place. But whenever that they hear that Nnamdi Kanu is coming, even if it is a minute or two, you see many people, they close down their shops, they close down their business, because anything that has affected an Igbo man or a Biafran to the state or to the point of closing down his shop, know that that matter is such a serious issue. And many Biafrans, millions of them, closed their shops. I remember vividly one of our brother, you know, that was shot in Hairbridge. In fact, he was one of the first to be killed in the struggle in 2015, because he was in his shop, Madoka from Ebonyi State. He was in his shop that was shot by the Nigerian Navy in Hairbridge, Onitsha. He was in his shop. That's just to give you an illustration. He never planned coming out for the protest. He never planned coming out for anything. But he just saw the flag. He saw people coming. Who are these people? They are the followers of Nnamdi Kanu. He left and joined the queue. Unfortunately, he was the one that the bullet hit, and the young man died. So many people abandoned their business
and still ready to abandon it.
Still ready to abandon it even now. To do what? To join the leader of IPOB.
Okay, so the question is, who are who do you think Femi Kayode is passing this message to?
People like Dave Umahi.
Okay.
People like Ugwanye.
Okay.
People like Okezi Paso. People like Rochas Okrocha. People like Ojo Zokalo.
Okay.
Jubril, Aminu Al-Sudani. Yes, Amechi. And, you know, what do you call him in Aso Rock? The man in charge, the de facto president, Abakari. You know, many of them, these are the few people, because there are just few people. Forget about these guys that just hide around, hide under the platform of Facebook to write nonsense. They are not doing it. Those people, they are just, they are more than minority. Their case doesn't hold water at all. Nobody know them.
Okay.
So these people, their case is just a very minor issue. But these are the people that Femi Kayode is addressing to. Do not underestimate. You know, the problem of these guys was that they totally underestimate IPOB.
Exactly.
Obasanjo came up and told the world that these people are miscreants. Don't just forget about them. Go on with your normal business. Many of them call us so many names, and some of them are still calling us names. and we are bringing the zoo down on daily basis. We do not even argue with you. But you see some of them, because you hear people like Obasanjo call us miscreant then, no longer now, because the game has changed. The language has also changed. You know, some of them who do not even understand, who visit Facebook once in a blue moon, they still rely on that name. They still come and call IPOB tout. They still come and call IPOB members, miscreant. Not knowing that we have gone beyond that stage. The world is not seeing all these things you are seeing. Okay. We have the key. So it's high time you begin to do what? To get serious with matters and, respect yourselves. IPOB is not what you think that we are. We have proved it beyond reasonable doubt. Okay, and Nnamdi Kanu has proved it beyond reasonable doubt that he is the leader. And actually, but this one, it's not like that. If we have King, you understand? All right. Nnamdi Kanu has proved himself.
Can you please summarize because of our time?
Worthy of our leader, and he remains our supreme leader. No, irrespective of what anybody is saying about it.
Thank you so much. All right, let's look at the next one. Nnamdi Kanu, British High Command, AGF, dragged to court by Mr. Donald Okonkwo, an Igbo man. Leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the British High Commissioner in Nigeria, the Director of State Services, and the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice have been sued at the Federal High Court, Abuja. By the suit, the plaintiff, Mr. Donald Okonkwo, wants the court to declare Kanu a fugitive in the United Kingdom. Also, the plaintiff is asking for an order for the arrest and repatriation of Kanu from wherever he is hiding in Great Britain back to Nigeria to stand his trial within 21 days. Abiodun Sadiq Baba Lola Esquire filed the suit on behalf of the plaintiff. Especially, the plaintiff wants a declaration that the British High Command, that is the first defendant, is under obligation to repatriate the IPOB separatist leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, being a fugitive cum terrorist from the Great Britain, where he has been hiding since September 2017, under the cover of his citizenship status, back to Nigeria so he can stand his trial for treasonable felony, amongst other sundry offences, pending against him before Honorable Justice Mrs. Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court, Abuja. A declaration that by a true interpretation of sections 1, 4, and 5 of the Terrorism Prevention Amendment Act 2013, the second defendant has abdicated his duties by failing, neglecting, or omitting to arrest and extradite the IPOB separatist leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from the Great Britain back to Nigeria so he can stand his trial for treasonable felony, amongst other sundry offences, considering the bench warrant issued on 28 March 2019 by Honorable Justice Mrs. Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court, Abuja. Okay, needless going through all this, we've got the message. So, Mazi Elvis, what's your take on this? Who is Mr. Donald Okonkwo?
My sister, I just want to say something this very moment. You will see the constitutions of the zoo active very ruggedly when it comes to any man from Biafra land. But when it happens to anybody, either from the southwest or from the north, these whatever, the constitution doesn't work. I want to ask this very man that called himself Donald, but by the way, that name doesn't exist, and they are trying to use a name similarly, looks like an Igbo name, to champion their evil orchestrations. What I'm trying to tell them right now is that the way they could not stop the radio Biafra, that is the way they will never and can never arrest our leader, as they are trying to arrest or write some certain nonsense to deport our leader. They are endangering their children, because right now, as it is right now, it is revolution all over the whole world, because the game has just changed. That is why you see them running helter-skelter, just like a rabbit in a hole. When you want to catch a rabbit, just blow in some smoke inside that very hole, and cover the other side. They will find out that they will find it uncomfortable. They will be looking for a way out, any possible means that they could run away from that very pit. That is how Nigeria and their cohort is right now. We are blowing smoke inside where they hide out. And by that very smoke, all of them will come out. We don't have any weapon. We've not killed anybody. They attacked us terrorists. They mounted so many charges on us. But the Fulani henchmen that has been killing people, they were unable to arrest them. They were unable to charge any of them. Even the kidnapper, the notorious kidnapper in that very place was arrested, sent an army officer to go and they released him. And they did that. They were killing people at will, damaging properties at will. Boko Haram has been there. They've not channeled their law and their suit over those very people. Now is Nnamdi Kanu. Let me just tell them, they are just kind of piling a very big monster that will destroy them, even make everywhere uncomfortable to them. Because now this is just, we are banting words, we are exchanging words together with them. But then let me just tell you, they thought that we are joking. Very, very soon, their children will be held kind of responsible for what their parents does, because now we have placed ban on them. None of them, from their president to the last man standing, none of them will travel outside the zoo. They will remain there. Forget about what Amaechi was saying. He was trying to defend himself. This is the man that says, if you see a criminal that was stealing and you don't raise stone over that very person, what you are doing is that you are encouraging them to say that they were stealing and nobody's threw them stones, and they continue stealing. Go and listen to it. It's Amaechi that said it. And this demand that said that he will go to oversee and self-defense is allowed. Don't worry. Don't just sit in Nigeria and be ranting like we know that we are toothless bulldog. Just come to any part of the diaspora and see if Biafrans will not visit you and conduct some tests and some deliverance, and at the end give you some yam that is garnished with some seasonings, with some good red oil combined with international oils and everything. At the end, we'll go back home and tell them how your trip was, because this time around was not that like other time you banks where you use security to kill our people. Don't worry. The war now is between you guys, all these demons, and the international community. Try to come. No, this is not the kind of not an ordinary human being. He's an intellectual. He's a smart guy. He's more than you guys. He has called Nigerians, government, and all the parasites and the government, their so-called allies, to call him on a meeting. If you guys defeated him, he will surrender. But if none of you defeats him, he will continue. They will give him Biafra. You guys refused. All you did was to send army because he says he wants to be free. Is this not pathetic? Binta Nyako and this idiot and whatever, they are piloting some certain charges against our. Let me just tell you, you are wasting your time, because let me just tell you, since the inception of this APC government till today, they have not been able to implement any contract. They have not been able to do anything. Every day, one problem to other, one story to the other, one excuses to the other, and yet they are stealing money, they are killing people. Those of them they are stealing money, none of them has challenged you. The people you are killing, none of them has challenged you. Only Nnamdi Kanu has been able to come out to challenge and say enough of this killing. These people you are killing are people's husband, they are someone's husband, they are someone's brothers and sisters, and you said that what he says is bad, that will get him arrested. You guys are totally demon. Those of you that are supporting all these people, we have your contacts, like the one I'll be mentioning here very soon. Because let me just tell you, JOCKING Kanu said yesterday that he is surprised that he changed his trip to Germany to India, and yet he received some strange calls that he should not try to come, that if he comes to India they will lynch him. He said he has changed his securities, he has changed everything, that this one that they have right now is the new security. How come that all these informations are going out? I just want to tell him that we are everywhere. We monitor you. Very soon we'll be releasing videos of where you are having some kind of fornication with your concubines in hotel. Very, very soon. we'll be releasing them on international. People will be seeing you guys one by one. Thank you very much, my sister.
Interesting. Okay, thank you so much, Mazi Elvis. Thank you so much. Let's look at the next one.
Sorry,
here.
before then, there's
okay,
something
if you have
very
something
important
to say,
I
you know,
want to say
because of
after
our
that.
time, just
yes,
try and...
yes. Everybody can say anything as long as social media is concerned. Donald Okonkwo has just come out to make himself popular, but very unfortunate, he cannot succeed. Whichever platform you choose to hide under, or to make your comment against Nnamdi Kanu, of course, we will still use that language you used to address your matter. Okonkwo is not just stupid, but he is insane. Okay, in which court are you going to do that matter? Is it in the court of zoo called Nigeria that we have defeated them? Besides, you cannot just repatriate Nnamdi Kanu. He is a citizen of, he's an international protected person. That is one thing you should know. Apart from the fact that Nnamdi Kanu is a citizen of Britain, he is an international protected person. The federal government have tried it didn't work. They have tried to use Interpol, but it didn't work. Despite the money that they might have invested there, it didn't work. So how dare you, Okonkwo, or whatever you call your name, seem or maybe think it is going to be possible? It is definitely going to be possible. You just want to exercise some kind of time.
You just want his name to be
mentioned. That's all.
You just want to be really.
Do you understand? But one thing is for sure. For those of you who are planning issues like this, for those of you who come to make all manner of derogatory language and all manner of language against Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB, you should take note. We are taking good record of you guys. Do you understand? If you make good comment, we are taking note of it. If you are against, we are taking note of it. If you are for us, we are taking note of it. At the due time, of course, history will not forsake men like you. But whatever action you take, whatever thing that you do, whatever thing you say against IPOB and Nnamdi Kanu, of course, mind you that record is being taken. Okay. At the appropriate time, your names will appear, and it's going to be a disaster to your to your posterity. So desist from things like that, because you cannot stop Biafra. It's a moving train. Not all this you're yapping, not all this thing that you are doing.
All right, thank you so much. Let's look at the next one, Mazi.
Yeah, Madam Gozi, please, I want to correct one impression here. Please, I want to tell all our audience listening. Don't ask me about this very flag, please. This flag is Biafran flag, authenticated Biafran flag. It takes me some sweat. Writing this thing here is an insult to yourself. It means that you don't know how color reflections and computer is all about. You better go back to school. If it's an insult, you take it like that, because I don't like people coming and writing rubbish about the flag every blessed day. Listening to the the contents of the news and not the flag. That is how you people will carry out the revolution. Forget my flag. My flag is Biafran flag. It's not blue. Follow the instructions and the content that is coming out from the television. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Mazi. Thank you so much. Our viewers out there, you've heard it. We've always said this. We have always said this. We cannot be here talking about Biafra and using a different flag.
Talking about flag.
We can't. You should hear him and also know that he is so formidable. So why do you think he will use a flag, not Biafran flag? Most times we try to, reason very well, very, very well. We should know that a lot of people are watching, both our enemies all over the world, people are watching. That is Biafra flag, but the reflection, I've always said it, that the reflection of the camera or the phone, whatever is affecting the color. It has color effects on everything. So please, let's understand it. That is why we are also asking for your assistance. If we have good equipment, if we have equipment that are very much good, you will see it clearly. Everything will be fine. Thank you so much. Don't forget to join us to keep this program going. Don't forget to support us, sponsor us the way you can. Very, very necessary. All right, we'll have this next one here. Enough of mindless killings in Enugu, coming from Nnamani. Senator Chimaroke Nnamani, People's Democratic Party, PDP, Enugu East, took a swipe at the killings in Enugu State, saying enough of what he described as mindless killings in the state. Former Governor Chimaroke Nnamani, in a statement he personally signed yesterday in Abuja and met journalists. The former governor of Enugu State, who described the killings by herdsmen is barbarous and horrendous, however, stressed the need for everyone to come together and sustain the existing peace and good governance in Enugu. Okay, needless reading further, we've got the message. What do you have to say about this? I think this is the first time Chimaroke Nnamdi is speaking up over the killings, and just on the pages of newspaper. Do you think he could have done more?
I was thinking back to what Chimaroke can do. Frankly speaking, I have been to his village, and I have been to so many places in Enugu, and the work of Chimaroke has been examined, you know, back then when he was governor of Enugu State. There is no doubt about it. Chimaroke tried. He stole money. There's no doubt about it, but he tried. And come to his senatorial district in Kano, come to his side particularly, Chimaroke rarely brought development there. Chimaroke is one of the persons that have the interests of his people at heart. Remember what he did. He just took Enugu State University back to his village. He took the law school, the international law, the national law school, back to his village.
Really?
If you like it, you come. If you don't like, many people were complaining then, and so many other things that he did. No nooks and cranny of, you know, Chimaroke's village that was not tied. Very brought a lot of transformation. If you go to Nkanu now, you will see that that place is almost meeting up to the standard of a city because of the level of transformation that Chimaroke brought there. Then what brought about Chimaroke's silence in the politics? It was because of Mbaka. It was Mbaka that brought down, that made sure, because many people were like worshiping Mbaka then as he was like a demigod. So many people, even now, there are many people who still see Mbaka as demigod. Not because, you know, if not for the things that has been happening all this while, and people are beginning to see, you know, the inner picture of Mbaka, they began to say, nah, this man, do you understand? It was Mbaka that painted what do you call him? Chimaroke. Black.
Okay, so
and as regard to this matter now, as regard to these killings in Enugu State, as a senator, because he has been out of power for a very long time, he has tried but to no way. And this time around, he have the good opportunity to do something.
Okay.
He have the good opportunity to do something as a senator representing his people. Let him not join the queue of those that just go to the floor of the Senate, sit down and watch things deteriorate. He have the power to do something. He can do something. Like we've always been telling our people, there is nobody who can, you know, bring salvation. There's nobody who can remedy this matter other than you. Take the bull by the horn. Do something about this matter. Organize your people. You have the right for to self-defense. Organize your people. There is only one place that self-defense is not allowed. These are the laws that were made in Nigeria that people are not people are not aware of. It's illegal for you to defend yourself beyond the capacity of what another person want to attack you with. So, for instance, if I slap you, it is not right. It is against the law for you to come and use gun to attack me. But if I attack you with machete, you have the right to use machete and attack me too. If I attack you with gun, of course, if you have gun, you have the right to do what? To attack me with gun as well. Because use what is equal to what you are using to attack me. That is the provision of the law. And as this matter is concerned, we've had cases of, murder of innocent people in Enugu State. And a senatorial district where Chimaroke is representing is a victim of this. We have got series of reports coming from the village or perhaps the senatorial district where Nnamdi is representing. So he should stand up, not only the matter of making it publish in the newspaper so that tomorrow you come and bring it, look at this, it was printed in the newspaper, I condemned it. Whereas you didn't do anything about the matter. That is the problem we're having with these Southeast leaders and many people, because they are good in talk. They are good in publications, they are good in writing, but not good in action. And anytime that you speak and it's not being carried out, it's not being followed with action, it is as good as what? Dead. Because they say that faith without work is dead. You cannot tell me that you can do this without putting action. You cannot tell me what you will do without doing anything about it, and you tell me that you are working. This matter is a very big challenge. It's not all that we're supposed to go, maybe you sit in Abuja, you talk, because you are a senator, whatever thing even if you cough, the media will carry it. especially when you have paid them to do that. Follow it with action. There are so many youth who are not happy with what is happening. Equip them. I keep using the issue of Bakassi as an example. You know, when the matter of Bakassi came, we know what happened, though we are not coming to analyze the both side of the activities of the Bakassi boys now. But you see what happened then and how far they're gone. Exactly the way that this matter can be tackled. Let's not continue to hide matters here. We can do something. IPOB is out to make this sacrifice for you. Why don't you then do the needful? And let us send these people back to where they belong. Because they do not belong here. They don't have a place in our land. We just send them packing. Let it not just end up in newspaper publications and talk. And that will be the end of it. Let's follow it with action. Because action, they say, speaks louder than voice.
All right, thank you so much for that. Let's look at the next one here because of our time. The last one, 23 Nigerians of Hausa, Fulani and Yoruba ethnic nationalities executed in Saudi Arabia for various crimes ranging from drug trafficking to fraud. Okay, Mazi Elvis, what do you think? What do you have to say about that? That's going to be our last topic this morning. What do you say about that? 23 Hausa, Fulani and Yoruba executed in Saudi Arabia. What's your take? You know, when it comes to evils, they say we are bringing a bad reputation and all the rest and all the rest. So what's your take right now?
My sister, the only thing I have to say over this very issue is to let the entire world know that the crime committers all over the world are not Biafrans. The culprits are the Hausas, I mean the Fulanis and the Yorubas, because they supported the unemployment in the zoo. They prefer stealing, they prefer some certain dangerous kind of businesses outside their country, because in a rightful sense, to any man that his sense is a kind of a working, should have asked himself, what am I doing in another man's country? Those of them that are in their country, how many of them are in my own country? Which means that the leaders of that very country are not doing the needful. They are criminals. They won't allow you to exhibit your talents. They chase you out of the country. Your certificate will becomes kind of you throw it into the trash bin. And even in that international, even in that diaspora where you are not even safe. Even when you return even back to the country, they are chasing you in international. They are also chasing you in your own country. You know, they use secret. I don't even know, despite that this issue happens to those of them that supports the government or whatever, but this is a kind of, I'm generalizing it right now. In Biafra land, you find out that we don't have peace. Every day, these people that call themselves SARS and police are breaking the law, breaking into innocent people's houses, arresting men and women, those of them that they didn't give work. They don't allow them to be employed. They don't allow them also to have rest in their land. And there is no infrastructure, no factory, no industry. The governors and the presidency and the senators are taking our money, stealing it and taking it to the abroad and buying houses, investing in the other. Let me just tell you, if this thing continues in the next 50 years, the zoo, nobody, you won't see anybody in the zoo. It will remain only the women. Even women right now started traveling, and you see a lot of crimes that our people are into, and most especially the Northerners, and I mean the Fulanis and the Yorubas in that very place, denting the image of their family, talk more of the country. And the media of the zoo will not write about this. If it happens to be a Biafra right now, you see them blabbing, you know, throwing up their flags, saying all manner of rubbish right now. But the issue generally is for us to follow these politicians and everybody up immediately, because if you are keeping quiet, in the next 50 years to come, you will use your teeth to count your losses. So thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And this moment you will embark on a break. When we return, the lines will be open for you to call in and make your contributions. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Always on point. You already know.
At all times, I speak truth. Like I've always said, if you speak the truth, you die. If you lie, you die. It's better to speak the truth and die.
KCP2.
If a president is lifeless and his cabinet are heartless, all the agenda be the ruthless. How we go take over? How we go take see front? As our president is lifeless and his cabinet are heartless, all the agenda we the ruthless. How we go take over? How we go take see front? Which way? Nigerians which way? Which way? I beg of you, next level. Which way? Buhari which way? I beg you for you, next level. We say we no one go again, but you say we must go. Shall we go with pains? Tell us for this go slow. You promise for your next level. Say you go make sure say you shame devil, but there is nothing about you that is truthful. Such your next evil. You never recover from your change. When you carry us put inside cage, every man expect to see another face. Pass we flip your pair for the next page. Nigeria people that they cry, Biafran people wish to go. Back up another 4 years of pressure because I was a fool and still in. If a president is lifeless and his cabinet are heartless, all the agenda be the ruthless. How we go take over? How we go take see front? As our president is lifeless and his cabinet are heartless, all the agenda we the ruthless. How we go take over? How we go take see front? Which way? Nigerians which way? Which way? I beg of you, next level. Which way? Buhari which way? Which way? I beg you for you, next level. Our democracy is in trouble because Abacha don't resurrect. Man and Kenyan so good problem. Like a fella don't reincarnate. My people suffering and smiling. Nobody won't fight for the right. Every man they fear to die. But if you check, some are living dead. Our biggest problem is religion. Many Christian leaders they manipulate. While some Muslims have been brainwashed. Save the kid and go make heaven. Says now on the top grass. We make Ghana they show class. Says a whole giant take this no. Because you make leaders on the sleep. If a president is lifeless and his cabinet are heartless, all the agenda be the ruthless. How we go take over? How we go take see front? As our president is lifeless and his cabinet are heartless, all the agenda we the ruthless. How we go take over? How we go take see front? Which way? Nigerians which way? Which way? I beg of you, next level. Which way? Buhari which way? Which way? I beg you for you, next level. There's no malo, no gadi malo. If you not ndala, oh no chala wala. Always on point. You already know.
Man of choice.
Now me there, yes.
Welcome back. You're still watching Sunrise Daily News Analysis on Biafra Television. And our lines are open right now for you to call in and make your contributions. Let's hear from you. What do you think about the topics we've discussed this morning? What is actually going on around you as well? It's important. And of course, the lines to call, our WhatsApp line 0905 6608583. Our WhatsApp line once again 0905 6608583. Then our phone line is 0702 0353706. That's our phone line. Call us. Let's hear from you. What do you think? Very, very important. Very important. Call us on WhatsApp. Call us on phone. Call us on Skype and Facebook. Our Skype and Facebook ID is at Sunrise BTV. Sunrise BTV is our Skype and Facebook ID. Let's hear from you. What do you think? What, the headlines, I will also read them once again so that you will understand. The first one is Buhari nowhere to be found in Japan. Coming from IPOB media team, IPOB Japan media team. Nnamdi Kanu reacts to alleged photos of Buhari at Tokyo. It's glaring, everyone is seeing it. Okay, we'll have a call on the phone. Hello, call on the phone.
Oh, God. Now what you? Every Photoshop. They want in Holland after the party from Nigeria. Hello?
Hello, what's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Martin Duguay, they're calling from Aba, and I hail from Enugu, Biafra lands. Wada Ngozi Chikoka and the co-host in the studio. I thank each and every one of you because it is not easy. The truth is coming out. The truth must always stand. The truth cannot be destroyed by any being on this planet Earth. I think we will also put in emotion. No man by now the zoo people. Because of na Ezioku, when they did Ezioku, that I really remain Ezioku all them children zoo. You are an idiot. Even Jubril and Buhari are better than you are. Because what you are doing to yourself, I don't know what you are doing to yourself. I don't know if Biafra land is going to accept you. After all these things you are doing now, with your group, whether you are 20 or 40 or 50 or 100 are working against the people of Biafra, Biafra will never accept you people. Let it bear in the mind to all the whole world. Let the whole world get in mind, and let each and every one of you get in mind that Biafra land will never accept you people. As long as you people are working against the freedom of land called Biafra land, hey, okay, we never allow you to benefit anything good from Biafra land. You and your generation must be totally destroyed. And the Chukwu will totally wipe away every remembrance about you people in this Biafra land. Those people are rise against the Biafra land. Okay, we rise against you in the morning, rise against you in the afternoon, rise against you in the evening, and rise against you in the night. Okay, can we stand against you people in the stand against you people in Eke, stand against you people in Orie, stand against you people in Ankwo. And when you know what Biafra land are, only that 10 and who that balloon. And when you have one and which against Biafra land, who that succeed because the land of Biafra will pursue people the way it's going to pursue other enemies of Biafra in the name of Chukwuokikama. Chukwuokikama will rise in turn, great man Nnamdi Kanu, and Nigerians him, give him more wisdom, give him more revelation, give him more understanding, give him everything determined for a man to succeed to enable Biafra to come. Because that is the only thing it takes for Biafra to be restored. We are only standing for Biafra because Chukwuokikama have called us. That's why today, if the blood of Biafra is not in you, you can never stand for Biafra. But it is to show that all these animals speaking against the freedom of Biafra the blood of Awota Fulani, Yoruba Rigata, even some of them was impregnated during the Biafra soldiers, during the Biafra war. British soldiers pregnant many of their mothers. They brought this just to us to fight against what we are doing. But Chukwu Kadama is going to kneel them down. And in the all those that are working for the freedom of Biafra in the name of Chukwu Kadama.
You say, thank you. We'll have a call on Skype. Hello, call on Skype.
Good morning, Madam Musica.
Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Am I coming
What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Mazi calling from Moscow.
Okay, you're welcome.
I came from Mwaka in Olo, Province Biafra land, but I live here in Russia and I served in Biafra as the national coordinator. Good morning, Biafrans all over the world. Good morning from Moscow, lovers of freedoms and friends of Biafrans. Actually, the Japanese saga of the imposter Jubril that cannot be found in place in Japan. What I want to conclude is that actually, concerning the people that we are threatening our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, that they were expecting arrest and also to repatriate him or to deport him back to the street. You see, one thing what people should know that this one they are talking out of frustration. They are talking out of frustration because the center of Nigeria can no longer hold, and they know that we are hitting the zoo hard in international community. Remember what I said when we spoke that there are fighters that country and now that is the that arrest
Okay, we'll have a call on the phone. Sorry, we'll have issues with that gadget. Hello, call on the phone.
Good morning, fellow dear friends, and the lovers of freedom. The blessing of Chukwu Kadama, our God, that resides in the highest heaven, will to keep us moving forward. My name is Sugo, and I am calling from Enugu province this morning. I greet you, Mavis, and our brother in the studio. You see, what I want to say on the discussion this morning, all these people that is making mouth, saying that Nnamdi Kanu will be sent back to Nigeria to face. Our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, didn't commit any crime. So he has no using any discussion with you, theological ones that have a lot of questions to answer because you have killed so many innocent people. And the consequence is waiting for you. For those of you that is evil leaders, time is up. They are many travel. We heard that some of them are sick, like Obiano. Obiano to UNTH Enugu because that is exactly what they wish to face. You will no longer travel. As long as you say you will not do the right thing, this is exactly what will be coming to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. We'll have a caller on Facebook. Hello, caller on Facebook.
Hello, good afternoon.
Thank you. Good morning from here. What's the name and where are you calling from?
My name is Chukunomso Okuchuku. I am calling from Indonesia.
Okay, go ahead, please.
I am very happy about this program, honestly. And I just want to contribute concerning people who are speaking all manner of bad things and castigating our leaders. You know, initially, I doesn't believe in Mazi, but there is one thing that makes me very convinced and believe that really he is a God sent to Biafra land. I am a member of Holy Ghost Adoration Ministry. I was surprised the day my priest, Reverend Father Emmanuel Obima Ibemonso, was talking about Mazi. He said, in quotes, that this young man has something to offer, that there is a spirit that is controlling this young man, that if anyone tries to stop this man, that spirit will consume that person. And many men of God who can see beyond human reasoning has also testified that. And just yesterday, our beloved brother Okechukwu, who is a Nollywood actress before, said the same thing that Reverend Father Obima said, Ibemonso said. And I now say to myself, if everybody is seeing this, both the people who are men of God and people who are reasonable in Biafra land, why is it that some of our brothers and sisters who are castigating this movement and they saying all manner of bad things about our leader cannot reason and understand that this young man, Mazi, is not doing this thing for any reason, or is not doing it for him to get any payback. He's just doing it to make his people happy, to liberate his people. And he has always said it, that he's not doing this to get any position in this Biafra when it comes. No. That even if it is going to cost him to sacrifice his own family to get Biafra, he's going to do it, and he swear over it. So I am so much happy that we have such a leader in our land, Biafra. You go to the land of Europe, but they don't have such leader. In the Fulanese house, they don't have such a leader. Someone who can say yes, and his yes will remain yes. Someone who will say no, and his no will remain no. I know that in this struggle, he must have been bribed in so many, they must have bring him in so many angles to bribe him, but he refused. He's supposed to be a billionaire today in that Nigeria zoo, ruling with them in their political group, but he rejected it. He rejected it just to save his people. So I don't know why people cannot see the truth and the light of salvation in this man. You know, I so much love this man with a passion from the very first day I had my spiritual director talk about him, because I know that Emmanuel Ibemos as somebody who does not support evil. If something is going wrong, he must speak up. After the election, he was the priest that speak up and say this election was rigged in Nigeria. The first priest that speak up. So
okay,
I want our people to support this movement. Yes, in everything, what I'm trying to do is to encourage my Biafran people. I know that this struggle is not going to come very fast and easy, but we have to have hope. If we are hoping that Jesus Christ is coming and everybody believe, why not we have hope and believe and work with our leader, support him? You might not give money, but your support, when he say do this, do it, so that this movement will be successful and we will be happy at the last. Thank you very much, my sister. I will hang it on here.
Thank you. All right, hello, call on the phone.
Hello.
Hello. What's the name you're calling from?
My name is Jubril, calling from Aba.
Okay, go ahead.
Please, I just want to say a little something. Please, anybody that is accusing our leader of something, or now in the West, our leader who is over all that to go down stage. You know, out of stupidity. Yeah? So this I feel like that nonsense. So even even matter that they know that they better mind what they say. You know, that person called trash Jubril. And please, if anybody wants to call, please, I'm telling everybody now, if anyone wants to call, a minute or 2 minutes is okay, so that other people will just call their own, please.
Thank you.
Thank you, my sister.
Thank you. All right, call on Facebook. Hello. Hello, call on Facebook. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, go
Madam
ahead.
Gozi, good morning. Yes, I want to greet all of you there. My name is Ipob and also Obiara. I want to say that the deal has just begun. This is not the time to sit down at a place answering one big name that you are elite or whatever. It is the time to show us your work. Else you will be on the run. Because we have decided to take this by ourselves. It is not the time for you people to begin to deceive us with all this your big grammar. It is time for us to, our people in Japan, I am very, very proud of them. I said something on Facebook and people were laughing. They are going house to house in search of this impostor. And definitely, we will get to the end of this matter. All of their eyes are open now. Wrote to me, what is his name? He's trying to cover up in one of his interviews. He said he's not afraid. Which people are begging. But that is a sign of panic. It is just the beginning. Whenever we meet him, if we meet him outside, then he will understand that is coming. This is not a time of joke. It is the time for them to open their eyes and give us what we are looking for. We are not here to hurt them, but if they make anything, if they do it in the way of making us to be angry at them, we will get mad at them. It is a promise. It's not a threat. It is a promise. And I just want to appreciate all of you on what you are doing, and I want to thank our musicians as well. All of them are very formidable. We promised the zoo that we will sing them with our microphone, and that's what we are doing. It's a promise. We promised them that. So I thank all of you. Please, there is something I want to add more before I go.
Okay, can you please be brief about that?
Yes, our brother that is on Skype with you, I can't remember his name. I think Elvis, right? Yes. Elvis. Please, I want to thank you for what you are doing, but please, I was once a victim of that very question. Mazin, if you can remember, I asked such a question before, and you corrected me. But so there are people, we are in the zoo, and some people doesn't have enough data here. They don't come in, or some people will just come in and cut off immediately. Do you understand? So that time that he made the correction, people may not even, some people will not even hear him.
Okay.
So when they cut.
All right.
Hello.
Another caller. It's been corrected.
Hello?
Yeah, hello. What's the name you are calling from?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's the name you are calling from?
Hello.
Hello. Okay, we'll have a caller on the phone. Hello, caller on the phone. Caller on WhatsApp. Good morning from here. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Ngozi Katuku.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
My name is Christos. We were calling from South. My topic this morning is about Obasanjo. I want to tell Paul Kagame, Rwanda president, to be cautious about that man. He should ban Obasanjo not to enter Rwanda anymore. He's collaborating with BBC. Anybody that working as a Nigerian diplomat is not allowed in Rwanda. Anybody say that he says Nigeria is a British spy in Africa. Guys, they are the ones that are bringing down fall of black image in Africa as a whole. So BBC and the Obasanjo now are going direct to Rwanda, tackle those they call it Korea, South Korea in Africa. And now they are calling them a manipulative economy. Which is, Rwanda is far better than Nigeria. And the Obasanjo, in front of me, Paul Kagame is telling him that the problem of Africa, we don't need to carry it abroad again. We need to solve our problem. Our problem is what? Let everyone be to their own. Obasanjo want to say you didn't your be to your own. Biafra be to their own. That is the problem. From there, the older African stop going around to do sitting around. Share going about. God bless you, all hate Biafra. And thank God, our leader, all I want to tell you, sir, this protest, this thing now, there is no time again going embassy to give paper. Going there, anyone that come out, to beat them, send them back to Nigeria. There is nothing. That police are standing there. They are there. Immediately they saw these guys, they know that it's fighting. They will remain indoors forever and ever. Thank you. God bless you all.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Hello, I have a caller on the phone. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, what's the name? Yeah, you call.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
I greet you people in the studio. I am Oshido Chukunanas. I'm calling from Akoma. Akoma is in Olu East. Olu East is in Olu province.
You're welcome.
Biafra land. I'm reaching you directly from this Biafra land.
That's good to know.
Jubril Sudani is nowhere to be found in Japan. Exactly. You know, if we do not have this our radio station to speak the truth, really the zoo is equal to the task of hiding the truth for their lies to be spread all over the world. And when they speak the lies that is in their mouth, it sounds like 100% truth. As Abba Kyari is doing his job of spreading the life of Lai Muhammad and the lineage, everything that is concerning them, all about lies. You know, one day that I think of this name, they call themselves that they are one Nigeria. So when you want to deceive somebody, you will come with the tricks way of telling the person, you know, I am your brother, your blood brother. This is your sound of deceiving somebody to collect something from the other hand so that you can confuse the person, and before the person will get himself, you have duped what you want to dupe from him. That is why they use the name One Nigeria, for them to dupe some people to make profit of what they want. You know, I like this idea of us. Some people say that this is not the way for us to tackle or to follow the struggle. Let them come and learn from us. We are the only people to teach them. They are in no position to teach us because we know more than them. We have the power and all it takes to teach them because we are biologically born and created from God directly, and give us everything that it takes for us to develop our understanding and our mind for people to see. We don't believe in duping people, we believe in being our own, ourselves. So let the people hear and let the world see. We are even listening to them to see what they can lie for the world to confuse them. Everything, they have their strategy or point or angle of covering truth to bring out lies. We are waiting for them, and we are here live and bloodly living to see whatever they are going to do. We even challenge them in every angle they come out from. Thank you, my sister. Carry on.
All right, thank you so much. We'll have another call today on the phone. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, what's the name? Where are you calling from?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me? What's your name and where are you calling from? Call on WhatsApp. Hello. Call on WhatsApp. Hello. We have call on the phone.
Hello, good morning.
Okay, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yeah, what's the name?
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Emmanuel. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, my name is Chukwu Emmanuel.
Okay.
And I'm speaking from Aba, Biafra land. I want to congratulate my people, IPOB, and our Nnamdi Kanu. Let everybody not surprised of what is happening. Because made it clear 4th October 1960 that they will ruthlessly prevent not to change government. They will use middle belt as a marching tool and south as a conquer territory. To make it very clear that they will not allow us to rule over them. And at the same time, they will not allow us to control our picture. And that was the picture. All this while, right from 12th October 1960 to today, it was a surprise to them that we have a channel like Nnamdi Kanu to come to destroy their plan. They were surprised. So I want our people to stand firm for what is coming. Because Nigeria is a fool at 50. The English people say fool at 40, fool forever. Nigeria is a fool at 50. And the fool at 50 is more than useless. That is totally useless. And this is going to be worse more than this as the time goes. So I encourage our people to support IPOB and our leader Kanu. Because Nigeria is a fool at 50 and it will remain like that forever.
All right, thank you so much.
It's only Nigeria, other people of the world. It's okay.
We have a call on the phone. Okay, call on WhatsApp. Hello. Hello, call on WhatsApp. Call on the phone. Hello.
Morning.
Yeah, good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I want to, the Bible, the only Bible let me to understand that.
Call on the phone. Hello. You are listening to your device. We can't take that call. Sorry about that. Too bad. We'll have another caller there. Hello. Caller on the phone. Good morning from here. Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Hello. Good morning.
I can hear you. I can hear you. Good morning.
Thank you very much. What's the name and where are you calling from?
My name is Camillus Ogechkunov. I'm calling from Mozambique.
Okay.
Yeah, I hear from Nemwe. Nemwe is in Aniri. Aniri is in Enugu province, Biafra land. By the grace of Chukwu Kabiama, I am the coordinator of IPOB Matola here in Mozambique. Yeah, first of all, I want to thank everybody, all those who are working assiduously to see that Biafra is restored. All the principal officers, our leader Nnamdi Kanu, Mefo, and all others who are working assiduously to see that this struggle continues until we get Biafra. Yeah, all what has been happening, I must tell you that Chukwu Kabiama destined it to happen. It is time for our people to stand up and take that which belongs to us. IPOB is the only group of people that can save both Nigerians and Biafrans. So it is left for us to make good use of this opportunity to make sure that we restore Biafra. These people are crying that we are, interrupting them. We are not even attacking them anyway. We are only protesting, and they are crying. By the time we, take another dimension, they will not have any word. In fact, they will not have any mouth to talk about what is happening, because the time has come for us to take our destinies. These people, they frustrated us. They made us to leave the shores of that Nigeria. They created a very, very bad condition for all of us. A lot of people studied. After studying, they have nothing doing. A lot of graduates are, coming out every year, yet no job for them. They expect us to keep our hand, to fold our hands and be watching them. It's not possible. It's not possible. So they destroyed that country, Nigeria. Now they want to come overseas to enjoy themselves. No, it's not possible. Anytime we see them anywhere in overseas, we must confront them. It is our right to tell the government of that country that these people are the reason why we are here in this country. These people are the reason why we are, here in this country suffering. So, my dear, I will allow others to talk, but all I have to say is, those of them who are here in Mozambique, especially Matola Zone, Matola Province, they should come and join IPOB. They should come and join IPOB. Don't wait until Biafra is restored before you come and say, I want to be part of IPOB. No, this is the time for you to do it. God put you here in this country for you to help your people. God made you, do I say rich, or God gave you that opportunity for you to be here. You see what you're eating, you can be able to afford your food and send things back home. It's because God wants you to restore Biafra. This is time for you to work. So while waiting,
Mazi, thank you so much. Because of our time, we'll have a caller on the phone.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
Hello?
Yeah, what's the name? Where are you calling from?
Hello?
Hello, what's your name? Where are you calling from? Caller on the phone.
My name is Jasper. I'm from Enugu.
Okay. Go ahead, please.
Hello?
Go ahead. I think you're listening to your device.
Hello?
We'll have another caller there on the phone. Hello.
Good morning.
Thank you. What's the name and where are you calling from?
My name is Shida Bele. I'm calling from Ugwacha.
Okay. You're welcome.
Please, I must thank you, all of you, for what you do for indigenous people of Biafra. I say much God and I bless all of you in Jesus' name.
Say bless you too.
Sir.
Please, there is something I want to ask, because sometimes we do one thing hoping that we are getting it right. I want to ask you people on the studio there. Have you all these people that fight on the Bible, have they fight with empty-handed? Why I'm asking this question, because I have gone to our meeting and see our pastors praying for our people and tell them that you don't need to do anything, you don't need to do anything, that God will fight for you, God will protect you. But I don't know whether is it empty-handed we fight all these Fulanis that are terrorizing our lands. I don't know. So I want you to, because the other heard from South Africa representative saying
thank
something.
You so much. We've heard the question, but because of our time, Mazi Elvis, can you please say something about this while we go ahead?
Yes, my sister and my caller, I just want to respond to you now. It is only a fool that will have that war is coming, and he keep going from one churches to the other to pray. You don't need to pray, because that is what the people of Israel did when Goliath and all the armies of the Egyptians invaded them. All of them were busy praying until David surfaces. Goliath was still blabbing, and when David came up, he could not wait to pray together with them. All he did was to take action, and Goliath was dead immediately. And the people that were praying, they turned out to jubilate with him and they honored him. So anybody that is praying for you, telling you God is going to fight for you, God says that he has teach your hands for war. He has teach your hands to fight war. So your hands is meant for war against your enemy. So thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. Call on WhatsApp. Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Thank you. Welcome to the program. What's the name?
Yeah, my name is Chinedu. I'm calling from Moscow, Russia.
You're welcome.
I thank our people in Japan. You know, before we are rating Malaysia as the greatest in this struggle. But Japan have showed what they can do. I thank them so much. I thank our leader and all these people making. There are some issues that when they raise it, I don't even see any point of we deliberating on it. Like one idiot that called himself Chinedu saying all sorts of things about our leader. The stage we are now, our train has no stop. We are moving forward. Any politician that put head anywhere, we are here in Russia, let them try and put their leg here. You know, when Nnamdi Kanu was saying we need only 100 men, we don't even understand it that time. But now we are even more than millions that are ready to sacrifice ourselves. So as they are doing all those sort of things in that issue, without caring about their citizens, let them stay there, go to their stupid hospital, and die in that stupid hospital. If they put head anywhere in the Western world, we will deal with them. Even my woman was telling me, we need Okorocha, we need all the things of Carlo. There are some idiots that I personally will want to deal with. Okorocha, last time we met somebody in London, that guy only was telling him a simple something. But now, when somebody did something wrong, he don't even care about changing from his attitude. They are still planning. We will repatriate this, we will do that, which means the person has no change of heart. The line has been drawn. As they push us outside, now we are pushing them, beat them, tear their clothes, send them back. They are not even entering the airport. Anytime we get information they are coming, we will go to the airport, wait for them, beat them, tear their clothes, deport them immediately. This land will not enter we and them. Our leader is formidable and his IPOB worldwide is formidable. We are waiting for them. Let them put head in Russia. We are waiting for them.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
No problem, my sister. Thank you very much.
I love what he said. They sent them out, but they will send them in.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. What's the name? Where are you calling from?
This is Japan.
Okay. Go ahead.
I am very, very happy with what you people are saying. I am encouraging the black to be awake. Let everyone stand up, fight for our freedom. Let us not drop down. And let us know what you want. Know that you are fighting for our freedom. Know that you are fighting for our rights. So that glory goes to the Almighty. Thank you.
Thank you.
And God bless you people.
Bless you.
Biafra.
Biafra will hold you. Call on WhatsApp. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. What's the name? Where are you calling from?
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Okay. My name is Emeka Wonyide. I am calling from Malaysia. I'm from Imo State. Ngopala, precisely in Imo State.
Okay.
Actually, I really thank you, all of you, for your efforts. You guys are putting. It's not easy. I thank our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, and I thank every protocol officer in Biafra struggle. Actually, last time I overheard Onyendu saying that he's ready to let go. He's ready to let go everything in Biafra land, just to make sure Biafra goes. You need to let go oil and everything to the Nigerian government, just to let Biafra go. What you need is only Biafra. But I don't think that is what we need at this point in time, because right now we have lose a lot of men. We have lose a lot of men already. So, and we continue to lose people every day by day. So I think the best thing right now is to look for alliance, look for better, nice country. There's even only one country is okay, like Russia. Go into agreement with them. Even if you give them the oil for some years, it's okay.
Brother, can
we
I
have our way.
To you, if all these countries like Germany, like Japan, can allow indigenous people of Biafra to carry out this kind of protest, the police, Japan police, being the one accompanying them to go find the Jubril, don't you think there's an alliance going on?
I know.
So leadership knows what they are doing. You don't expect them to come on air and begin to tell you all they have done and all the...
Okay. That's good. But I only want to make a point here. Brother, we are not leaving any time for Nigeria. That's my concern. We are not leaving any time for Nigeria.
Elvis is saying something to you, please.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yes, are you an IPOB member?
He's asking, are you an IPOB member? He dropped the call.
My sister, don't mind them. These very people are the people that are good of giving ideas, but they're not our members, you know. And these are the people that we are asked to do some rally during the World Cup in Russia, and we couldn't find our flag there. Yeah, so they're very good in giving some ideas. So we know them. Let me ask them some questions.
Thank you. My name is... Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling you. Good morning. My name is Chichuku. I'm calling you from Biafra land.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to thank people. I want to strictly comment on the people sitting beside you. But at the same time, there is something that triggered me up this morning. When one of the uncles sitting beside us said something, he said that Nigeria, although he was just making reference to the explain thing, is a sovereign nation. Then I'm just trying to doubt that and never to believe it, because I don't see any sovereignty in them. Somebody by adoption made them to be a sovereign state. That is the useless man called the Lord Lugard. Nigeria has never been a sovereign state. He forcefully put three people together and make them think which are not seeing any reputation of that in them. Secondly, I want you later to send me the name of the artist you played his music before you open up the line. And also, this abroad, I think Mazi Ellis was trying to say something. He was saying that one of them is about traveling. He never knew that we have gotten an information. I would beg thee and every other persons out there, let them not be disclosing this information. Let's keep until they are about burden. They will release it, and they will not run away from this. We are waiting for them so that they won't run away from this issue. We want to take care of this situation once for all. Then the idiot who said his name is Donald Okonkwo. Now, even from my, I think, kindergarten, they taught me how to officially present my phone name before my own name. They have They don't know who you are. You call yourself an Igbo man, Okonkwo, and you're putting your surname behind your own personal name. It means you don't believe in who you are. It means you're faking your identity. It means you're not ready to disclose yourself for all.
Okay, Mazi, can you please summarize? We have just 4 minutes to go, and we have one more call to take.
Hello?
All right, we have Skype, and call on Skype. You are last caller for today. You'll be speaking for just 2 minutes. Hello, call on Skype.
Hello, good morning, Madam Gozi.
Thank you very much. Please, can you go ahead? You have 2 minutes.
Good morning. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm not going to waste your time, please. My name is Chukwe Mekamabuz. I'm calling from Metule. By the grace of special grace of God, I'm a coordinator here. I thank you. What I want to say is that those people, we find out that there's a bunch of idiots and the lunatics controlling the affair of the country called the Zone Nigeria. So they don't even know international protocol, and they don't know anything that concerns government. For those seeking for their lawyers, some of them here, I met them here, they said they study, whatever they study, any challenge any person that study nursing here in the Zoom. When he came here, we start afresh. So that has to tell you that he studied nothing. When he came here, that's when he start to understand what he was supposed to study there. So even some of them study law, they came here, they start afresh, they don't understand anything. So the same thing goes there as well. For those ones claim they be lawyers and they job convocating people to bring down our leader here. They don't know international protocol. There are things you have to make. And those sorry, I want to correct some sudden impression. Those flights you see landing, all these top presidents, when they want to land, they land in the military airport. That country's military airport. That is where they land. They don't land in normal airport that other people land. And those diplomats land in the airport and they have their own exit way. Their exit way. They don't go out where other people go out. So they have different. Let me know to waste your time. Thank you. I think your time is off. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. And that's the much we can take for today. So before we go, Mazi Elvis, in 1 minute, what message do you have for our viewers?
Before I go ahead, I would like Biafrans to pick their pens and paper and listen to these very names and numbers of those of them from Enugu, precisely, that wants to do some occasion in USA. I mean, tomorrow they invited the devil Ima here and some of the politicians that have been killing us in Biafra land. The very first person, listen, his name is Raf Ata. I said his name is what? Raf Ata. His number is +1 732 986 1579. His name is Raf Ata. His number is +1 732 986 1579. You will meet him on WhatsApp with this number, or you call him direct. Ask him his intention of inviting these devils to our in the diaspora. The number 2 is Mr. Ata also. His number is +1 732 986 1580. Number is +1 732 986 1580. The next person is Pastor. His name is a pastor in USA. This event is going to take place tomorrow, from tomorrow to 1st of September. So let us start calling them now and find out their intentions, because we are going to give them yam to eat and do the deliverance. The person is Pastor Ata, again from Soka also. His number is +1 917 795 6392. His number is, once again, +1 917 795 6392. Another person, a lady, but you will listen to his name on radio this very evening. But I have his number. I have her number here. She's on WhatsApp and also on the direct call. She said that the lady is the organizer, the protocol organizer. Her number is +1 908 338 0806. Her number is +1 908 338 0806. Thank you very much. Please start calling them now. They are on WhatsApp. They are on direct call. Make sure you bombard them, and they should tell us their reason of recruiting the order of our leader, or else they will be attacked. We will do them DNA tests. They are in USA. And this invitation, the program starts tomorrow. The event of the places, listen to radio this evening. They will tell you the event, venue, those of them that are US. They will tell you the events and tell you those that are organizing them, and we must do the needful. These people, especially Devil Imo here, he said that the prescriptions of IPOB remains. We are prescribing not to come. If he dares us to come, we will face the mistake. So thank you very much. This is what I want to say. I don't have any parting shot. I just want to end here. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, okay, our time is fast spent, so what message do you have for our viewers before we go?
Yes, I'm very much proud of IPOB and our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, and without IPOB, the truth remains that it will be very hard for Biafra to be restored. So do all you could to make sure that you support this ministry. Biafra must be restored in our time, and nobody will stop it. If you are still in doubt whether Biafra will be restored or not, I want you to know that you are deceiving yourself. Biafra will be restored under the watch of IPOB led by Nnamdi Kanu. If you have not joined IPOB, go on and do what? Join.
Thank you so very much. Thank you. All right, our viewers, we appreciate you for being with us all this while, and we'll urge you to join us again, same time, same station. I remain Ngozi Chukwuka. Bye for now.